Hello, viewers. Welcome to Majesty TV. My name is Apostle Helen Rudokino, coming to you on the waves of Majesty Television Network anyway. So, we are glad and excited, and if you look at the atmosphere, something is really happening. The Nigerian election is coming up on the 16th of February. So, we have some of the Nigerian citizens in the diaspora who really want to discuss briefly on this issue and throw more light on some of the things we do not know. So we thank you for, tuning in, and we will welcome it if you follow us live on Facebook, on Majesty TV or Radio Voice of Niger. And also you can WhatsApp us on our number, which you know, or call the studio line and send forth your questions. It's going to be very interesting, and I'm sure you will enjoy it. So permit me to introduce my audience today. So I have, starting from my next is Honorable Martin Sado. You happen to be the this happened to be your first time on my TV show.
Yes,
Yeah,
is my first time.
yes, live here.
Live, yes.
So Honorable Martin is the coordinator for Arise Nigeria Anti-Corruption Organization, based here in the Netherlands.
We are a global anti-corruption organization, but we have a branch in the Netherlands.
In the Netherlands.
So
Thank you, sir.
Our headquarters is in London.
Okay.
England.
Welcome to Majesty TV.
Thank you.
And then we have our own popular Mr. Obalade. Mr. Obalade is the CEO of Obalade Restaurant and Obalade Soya. A restaurant you cannot afford to miss when you are in this neighborhood. I mean, when you are in Amsterdam. I mean, diplomats, they eat his food and they even testify that he is good. So welcome, sir, to Majesty TV.
Thank you very much. Hello to all our viewers.
Right. And he is also a social activist.
Yes.
Right. And I have another popular one, Mr. Norway, who is a comedian. He is a regular panelist on our show, also on our radio show. Welcome, Mr. Comedian.
It's a pleasure.
Why don't you just ease the atmosphere? Just give us one so we can laugh a little bit. Let our audience feel you.
Discuss something very sensitive. I think we should focus on that because it has to do with lives,
Honestly speaking, I really don't know where they got this fund. They are parading all over the network and the social media about article coming from from Cameroon. I don't know how. And they said that he has a tribal mark at the buttocks. So because all the people,
Exactly. Then you can open and see those kind of evidence. Those evidence will be hidden for life. So
yeah, but how can someone say something like that?
so it's all over Facebook, and I go about wondering where APC is taking us to.
it's part of politics.
Yeah.
Well, that is it. So our topic today is Nigerian 2019 election, perspective of the diaspora citizens, part 2. So, gentlemen, welcome once again.
Thank you.
So the stage is set for this upcoming election. So what are your expectations? I mean, it's roughly 1 week from now, from today. So I want to hear from each and every one of us our expectations for this 2019 election.
Well, I think, the election will
Do you think everything is in place?
Of course, sure. The election, everything is in order. The election will come and go. Like I say to people, they shouldn't have to, make too big deal of this election. The election will basically come, and basically it's going to, people will vote, and then, the president-elect will emerge.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
there is no cause for alarm. It's going to be like, the way we used to have election in Nigeria is going to be peaceful.
Okay.
We are begging all our, citizens, Nigerians, our brothers and sisters to keep it cool, because it's not like a war. I mean, we are talking about choosing the best, candidates for the nation.
Yeah.
The best person who will move Nigeria to the next level. And for me, that is no any other person that Muhammadu Buhari.
That's okay. That's so. Your expectation is. What are your expectations?
I mean,
that it should be peaceful.
It is
fair and
it's
peaceful.
fair.
No rigging, no rigging.
There will not be rigging. It's not that easy to rig election in Nigeria.
Really, I think it's the easiest thing to do. It's the easiest thing to do in Nigeria.
This is always what happened. People who lose the election will, go around making noise that the election was rigged. So, I mean, for a long time now, with the use of this PVC to vote and the card reader, it's difficult to rig elections. So, we are very, very optimistic and hopeful that the election will come very peacefully and Muhammadu Buhari will win. Oh,
all right. Let's hear from Chief Obalade, please.
Well, I just want to remind every one of us, if we go back to 1992, in 1992 we had an election that was that is an applause by the whole world. And I want to remind Nigerians that the reason for that very election was because we come up with the understanding of a common suffering in Nigeria. When all Nigerians are under oppression or a common problems, they now come together and say, we want it gone. And then you will see the atmosphere in Nigeria right now, it's representing the same thing that happens in 1992.
Yes.
In 1992, everyone wants the departure of a government of military, and then we have been so oppressed, we are so been brutalized, and then we want that government to go. And that is the reason why we united.
Yeah.
We united from all corners of Nigeria, and we voted for MKO Abiola at that in that year, but it was annulled. And this time around, we have learned from our mistakes. We've learned from the past, and then we are living with the history that has brought us to where we are today. Where we are today is we have seen all from every indication. We are no longer, we are not babies that we are going to, there are politics, things going on, there are all this, what do we call it, propaganda and so on and so forth, which we understand. But the atmosphere, let every one of us know. If you have not been to Nigeria, I will tell you to not make too quickly comment about what is on the ground in Nigeria today. What is on the ground in Nigeria today is that everyone have come to realize that it's okay. If something is damaged, it's going to take time to fix it.
It's true.
And if you are going to fix something, there are going to be a lot of people that will suffer the impact of fixing a particular thing or a program. We all know that. And that is the reason why I'm going to tell you that the kind of election that we see in 1992 is what we're going to see in this February, on the 16th. We are going to see an election that is going to be fair and free.
Okay.
There's no one that is ready to rig any election. The president himself said to the people, look, you don't have to force yourself on me. If you know that I cannot deliver, vote me out. Do you understand me? And if you know that you want to vote me, you want this program to go on, you can go on and vote APC. And you can see the result of the people. People are coming out in mass. It's not being paid for. Buhari is the one who refused to pay the Senate for endorsing any of his, a bill on their table. In the years past, the reason why everybody will pay billions to get themselves voted in the seat of the Senate was because they knew that to make a decision from the president's office, they will be given a token before they would do that. But this time around, you see, many people don't want to be a senator this time around because they know it's not going to happen in the first year, in the 4 years of Sebaba. Nobody is going to pay them anything to make decisions in the House of Assembly. If they like, they should do their job because they get salaries. If they like, they should be waiting for Ghana must go before they will make a decision. We are not speculating.
Okay.
Madam, if we are speculating, then it's going to be like, okay, you are lying on someone. People, we are hearing hidden video cameras that senators are saying, yes, we didn't get anything to Lao. There's no obey for us to Lao. We don't have anything to give you because this government is too brutal. It's not giving us anything. We are seeing it. So where is our brain? Are we kind of, somebody, they are telling us that we are seeing the truth ourselves. We are hearing the truth ourselves, that the only way the Nigerian government has been moving, has been functioning in the past, is that they have to do party to party.
Yes.
They have to give them something
Of course,
before they will
that's the
sign
way.
something.
Yes, that's the
And
way.
now this man said, I am not going to do that.
So you are saying that all these years,
It's gone. Nobody's going
all
to
of
rig
these years
anything.
he has
Nobody's
been
been
in
paid.
power,
Nobody has
the
been paid
senators
anything.
could not
They couldn't.
take any
There
of
was
those
no
allowances.
no
Is
allowances
that what
for that.
you mean?
Exactly.
All right, we'll come back to that. Let
Exactly.
me hear from the other
There's
panelists.
there's no
Yes.
Thank you,
rigging.
madam, for the opportunity. You see, like my brother rightly said, he said he's not suspecting and he's not thinking there may be rigging in the election.
Yeah.
But I, for one, I don't believe that.
Yes.
You see, a lot of things are happening now. We are not kids anymore. And from the look of things, from minor, they are just. Look at the other day, that he was going to day in Abuja or something that we are blast, that we are clashes. Why all those things? You understand?
Exactly.
In Maraba or something in Abuja municipal, one
Yes.
of the Abuja municipal area council.
Yes.
Lots of lives were lost.
Exactly, and that is
Yeah.
what I don't know.
Yeah. Why?
I don't
want
like
to-
this.
Why must you? Which means you are forcing yourself on people. If you really know that, you are okay, and the people are going to vote for you, why are you taking all those drastic measures
Exactly.
against the people who are to vote you in? You relax and let them do the thing. What I'm urging people is, let them go en masse and vote. If really, because their PVC is their power. That's the power they have
Yes.
as a citizen of Nigeria.
Yeah.
You should go en masse and vote. Let's see, like you said, like they are not going to rig. I am thinking they will do it. This is my own opinion. I am thinking they will do it. But let's hope that they don't rig the election. Because if they don't rig the election, then we will know if really our present president is doing something like Obalande rightly said. If really the people, they want him, they will vote him in.
Yeah.
If really they don't want him, they will vote him out. It's
I
a
think
two-way thing.
Yes, I think we have to come to that level where our elections will not be based on rigging.
That's the thing.
Okay, and also these thugs who are
Yeah.
busy beating up people and driving recklessly
We
must
don't
not
need
be
all those
entertained.
things,
Yeah, that's madam. If you like, I followed the government and I followed the system of our country, and that is that is one of the major work as an activist, political activist, social activist, and so on.
Yeah.
You will follow the government. You see the area where the government are lacking. We are not like supporting the government in every of their decisions, but we kind of settle to praise those things that we have not been seeing before, and suddenly they are coming up, and they are the path to the truth, and that is the reason why we encourage those paths to the truth. Okay, let me bring something up. We're talking about rigging of election and then manipulation of election and everything like that.
Yes.
There has been no government who has already treated it to the judicial level that this government has treated it right now. What they do is, because they have already knew that our judiciary has been corrupted by the so non-political, that is people who have been coming out before, that they are declaring their election foiled or okay.
Yeah.
It has been decided by these so corrupt judges that we have in our system. And that is what we are doing right now. We're trying to clean up the house. When you see the government is trying to clean up that, it's not going to be clean in one day or in one time. It takes processing. It takes time. And by the time everyone starts knowing that my office is not safe. Okay, look at how insultive our judges have put themselves in, is that they were collecting direct bribery to their own account because they are untouchable. They never knew that such an event would come up. Most of them are in trouble right now because they could not explain some of the money that is directly paid into their account.
Yes, exactly.
So now tell me, you are a salary, that's a worker. You receive salary, but money is being directed into your account, even by some politician with good names. Can you imagine? Because they were never being touched.
Yeah.
But this time around, they were touched, and the whole thing is coming up. You see, this BVN.
And why is it now that this whole thing is coming up? Why is it now that all of these scandals are coming up?
Them, yeah.
And secondly, why is it also now that they feel they will go to the market to begin to give this money, trade power, and all of those things? Is it money?
When is never a problem. Never is a problem.
Yeah, but why is it now? Because they stayed all of these years.
If it was never done.
I just have to ask this because I'm not.
I know.
I'm not for Buhari and I'm not for
Atiku. You are very neutral. I understand. I understand.
Yes.
But
so,
ma'am, we have a
what
record.
we need what we need is a president that will be very functional.
If I want
a president that will represent us all.
If I want to, let me just tip in a little bit of my own idea. You know, in public policy, there is what you call, agenda setting. So when the time is ripe,
yes,
like kingdoms, synthesize 3 streams, because you are saying why now and not before. You see, there is what you call, policy widow.
okay.
and that is window of opportunity that most politicians will grab. To put a very particular policy in agenda. Because to get a policy in agenda is not a easy thing.
Yes.
Policies can be, you can have systemic agenda setting, and then you have a formal agenda setting.
Yes.
So people might be talking about a particular issue for a very long time. But meanwhile, it's not becoming an agenda of the government because it has not been formally seen as an agenda, because there are no policy entrepreneur to bring it to the limelight of becoming agenda setting.
Yeah.
Like what is happening now, you see, you have this kind of let me say legislative turnover. People are now the swing of the national mood is changing. People are seeing what Buhari is doing now. People see that Buhari is fighting to see that he break those people who stole a lot of our money to light. So what other politicians will do is to try to buy other people. That is to try to buy the voter, to try to come to the market, to share money, to share a lot of things to most of, because they know that the poor people they are
vulnerable.
They are vulnerable.
Yes.
So to counter what the president is doing, because those poor people do not see the legitimacy of what the president is doing, because for them, they just want to see things happening. They want money.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
They want to eat food.
Yes.
So that's why you see politicians are taking advantage
exactly
of those vulnerable people.
Yeah, but only APC is busy giving the money, because Atiku is not doing that.
Who told you?
What kind of money are you talking
What
about?
money?
I'm talking about the trading money.
APC.
Yeah, but Atiku is not in government. This is a government policy.
Look.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a government policy. It's the APC government policy. And what they are doing is not like they are giving people the money. They are giving loan. And the loan is being used for business and is being returned. That's what they're doing. They have a particular. I do remember in the days of our president Jonathan, there was a program that he pushed forward to the Senate. That is to help the undergraduate students who have just got out of school and they have no jobs and things like that. I remember that it was being discussed for over 6 months. And later on, it was being thrown out. It was nothing done about it. And then, do you know what? The Senate are sitting over this particular thing to decide the Nigerians' future. If our students who have already left the school, who have nothing, their parents have paid a lot of money to see them through the school, and now they have no job, and the government bring an idea to let's invest in money. Let's bring some money out, invest this money, and now we will continue to use the gain on that very money to continue to go on with this very program we laid out. The Senate sat on it and it was being thrown out of their table.
Wow.
They do not care about the life of our young ones or the youth, those who are just graduating from school, who have not really know what to do. And if the government will ease their pain and give them a little token so that these people who are receiving, because they are all graduate students, and now you can always just lay them just the way we have it here. Here, the student can be given money, borrowed, even loaned.
Exactly.
They loan them so that their life will have meaning, their life will be meaningful.
Yes.
You understand me?
Yes.
But our country, having so much money, sitting in that office of the Senate, receiving those kind of salary and those commission, could not even sign the Nigerian youth, the Nigerian educated youth, to get 10,000 naira monthly. The Nigerian, with all our might, will refuse to give our students 10,000. The ones who graduated who have not got a job, just have 10,000 a month to support yourself. Our Senate, our big Senate with all their education, rejected such a bill.
It's terrible. And they were
now they want to come back and tell us that they want to do what? They want to do. Look, there are so many books that you cannot open. If you open so many books now, you will think like maybe we are enemy. We are not enemy of the PDP or too much friend of the APC. But we just want something changing. Now, the Nigerians are now more civilized, more wiser, and they're more informed. And because all this thing is happening, it's time for them also to change their own system, to focus on investing on the people of Nigeria.
Exactly.
Let every Nigerian have a piece of the cake of the Nigerians
exactly.
wealthy.
That is how it must be.
That is very important. I told them, like I said to you sometimes ago when I was here, I told the people that come here for this program, I said, if you really want to touch the Nigerians' mind, let every Nigerian know that the cake that is upstairs there, that these people are eating in billion, we can get only hundreds. If they can have that, if every Nigerian can taste out of Nigerian wealth, they will listen and they will be more patriotic to the nation. And that is what we need. It is possible in our country. Why would people continue to tell me it's not possible? If you tell them about this in Nigeria, it's not possible in Nigeria. Why? Is it because these white people have a white skin and that is why they should be treated better? And we, because we have a darker skin, our people should treat us like we are useless or we are dumb. That's what we're fighting. And seeing the little light on the tunnel, seeing the little light at the end of the tunnel with this administration, that is what really buckled all of us up and said, let us work together with this. We don't want to take the back seat. Let us all work together with this government so that by the time this very man will be leaving office, we will know the next thing we have to do, and it's going to be done together by all Nigerians as we remain one. But if we divided ourselves, the coyotes who have been stealing our money and then destroying our countries are still warming up. Right now, most of their finance has been cut down. And that's why you did not see a lot of things happening in Nigeria. I'm telling you, there's not going to be a problem in Nigeria.
Really?
In this election, the government has worked out security strategies that is going to hold. If you know anyone that is having gun or they want to destroy anything, if you inform the police right now, those people will be kept down before the election. That is the new system right now. The security system has been set up in my own state. I just told you that I came from Nigeria not long. In my own state, they have moved in armored tank and soldiers and everything to make sure they can keep the peace in Kwara, because Kwara is divided. We have a big problem in Kwara. And to make sure that there will be no shooting, because we have boys who shoot us all the time in Kwara. They shoot us all the time. When we say that we don't want this or that is what we want, they just keep shooting at us. But right now, we have a new commissioner of police in Kwara, and we have battalions of army moving in to keep the peace in Kwara. And I tell you, so many states will receive the same kind of measure of security, that is an awareness, and there will be no problem. There will be certainly there will be no problem. That is what we hope for Nigeria, and then we hope that this will not be only for this time, but subsequently, even the election to come forward, that Nigeria will continue to grow in democracy, and we can vote and enjoy our, that's the election. And then the winner will emerge. That's all we want.
Okay, what's the path? Yes, you want to say something?
I like what you're saying and the way you are viewing it, but there is something I want to point out something. Why is it that in this fight for corruption, there are sacred cows? There are people who are untouchable. There are people who, when you are...
Put it clear the way it is, like those who have embezzled in PDP, the moment they declare that they're APC, then EFCC leaves them. Do you understand?
Do you
understand?
It's like a safe landing.
When
you enter APC, you have entered
exactly.
No,
let me, there is nothing and like...
You see most of them now, moving into APC because they see APC now. No matter what you do, no problem.
Let me tell you something. Let them come to APC. The reason why they are coming to APC is because APC as a party has a vision for Nigeria. They are not coming to APC because they want APC to be like a refugee camp for them to come and hide themselves, to come and seek asylum. No. Let me tell you something. Corruption, if you want to fight corruption, you have to fight it in sequence. You cannot immediately jump on everybody one time and start to say, bring your money.
But why must you pinpoint people?
Because there is nothing like pinpointing people.
Somebody is here, you jump him over to somebody who
let me just finish.
What you want to do is you start from the beginning.
Listen, let me finish. You see, we want because I am a member of Arise Nigeria. Arise Nigeria is an anti-corruption organization.
Yes.
So we write petitions against these people. We have lists of Nigeria's politicians who are corrupt. Some of them we have found where they put their money in Europe. even in America. So, but what we are trying to do is, because by the time we indict you, by the time we write petition against you, the normal thing they do is to go to court. They want a due process. And the judiciary, they will find their way. They will bribe. Because once you lost your case from the first court, second court, third court, and you come to the Supreme Court, if you win from Supreme Court, that is it. So nobody can come back again and say, no, we are taking you to ECOWAS court, or we are taking you to United Nations court. No. So that is why we wrote to the president, please purge the judiciary. Because when the judiciary is purged, and then, all the unscrupulous elements, all the undesirable elements are purged away, and then we have a court system that is going to judge those people. Because once you are indicted and they bring your case to the court, then you know that you are going to face fair judgment.
So what you are saying in essence, look into the camera and be honest here.
Yes. So
what you are saying.
So what I'm saying in essence is this. We have started with the judicial arm of government. The moment the judicial arm of government is purged, then all the politicians who ran to APC, we will start. I don't want to start measuring names.
Yes.
So, but we are going to. That is where we will fall out with Buhari. If Buhari say he's not doing it, then we will not come up and say, look, we supported this anti-corruption fight because we believe in you.
Yeah.
That is why we say give him second tenure, because 3.5 years is not enough. That's why I'm begging Nigeria. This is the first opportunity we have. The first time that somebody comes out to say, Mr. Ma, you have stolen from Nigeria money. Bring the money back. All other governments have been having this lukewarm attitude towards fighting corruption, which we know.
Exactly.
But now there is a man who is bold enough, who is not afraid. So let us support him. We have the list of all the APC politicians who came from PDP also. So it is going to be a systematic, system that we are going to
purge them.
Yes, we are purging them. Yes. Because now we are starting with the judiciary. By the time the judiciary is purged, they will start to pick them one by one. Both those ones in APC and those ones in PDP, because there is going to be a total, kind of purging. Yes. Even from the political parties. We will start from the party, and all the executive members who have stolen, who are with us, we will try them. Buhari is not going to leave any stone unturned. So I want to beg Nigeria to support this anti-corruption fight, because if we lose this opportunity, I don't think we will find it back again. This is a very good time for us to say we want to go to the next level to see that every politician who has stolen from Nigeria will bring the money back so that the federal government can use the money to develop Nigeria for all of us.
Well, viewers who are watching us, we invite you to give us a call on our studio line, which is 020-3374-160. Should you have any contribution to make, or you want to ask questions to any of our panelists. Remember, our topic is on Nigerian 2019 election, the perspective of the diaspora citizens. So we wait for you to give us a call. Meanwhile, let me ask us, this godfatherism, which part do you think is going to play as this election comes up?
Well,
I don't want to mention, we know them, those who are our fathers, and the part they are playing. And sometimes the whole thing is becoming so corrupt and so unclean to me, you know?
You are right. That is the time the godfatherism become a problem is when you find those that are self-centered. There is no nation where the godfatherism is not, even sometimes they call them government advisors. And that is the reason why you see, recently I find out that there is a chain of ex-presidents in Nigeria that have formed. They have already formed an organization. They call them. The wise men or what? I don't know. There was a name they set for them, and all of them are sitting together to discuss the issue of the nation.
Okay.
All right. Now we have,
which is good.
Which is good. We have godfatherism. In the look, like in Kwara State, let me bring you something, because I always like to give you the thing that I know. I don't like talking about something that I don't know.
Yes.
In Kwara State, I was there recently.
Yeah.
And then one of their biggest problem is that they say that both parties do it, not only APC or PDP. They just appoint someone and say this is going to be our next chairman. And then the primaries looks like cajole that
Yeah.
like it never happened. And it has been the thing they've been doing since the days of Olushola Saraki himself, who
Okay.
happens to be is a dynasty, you know. That
Yeah.
is a
Yeah.
Olushola Saraki thing is a dynasty.
Yes.
They is the one in charge of deciding the political this thing,
How it plays out in Kwara
how
State.
they manipulate and do all those things
Yes.
to make it right and to make it wrong.
Yeah.
They've been doing it. So this time around, it comes to a time that now you can now see your leader for who he play himself to be.
Yeah.
And that is why Kwara State is saying Otoge.
Really?
Otoge that they are saying is enough.
They don't want them anymore.
We don't want you guys anymore. We are going to change the table.
But it's not possible you do that.
It is right now. That's what is happening right now. That is what is happening right now. The same thing is going to happen to Obasanjo. The Yoruba is telling Obasanjo, please, pause. Is enough. You have done a lot of things, we understand. But right now, you are no longer working for the nation. You are working for yourself. And if you start working for yourself, then
Yes.
it's enough, because you have a problem with Atiku.
Yeah.
You wrote to all Nigerians to
Exactly.
dislike Atiku,
And now-
that Atiku is bad, and suddenly you say you are forgiving Atiku. You are the one that forgive Atiku. The Nigerian people have not decided yet if they are going to forgive Atiku for all that he has done. We are still looking into the 16 billion. We are still looking into the 16 billion of electricity, because
This
we
is terrible.
in Nigeria, the only way we can power our economy and let the people uplift themselves from poverty,
Yeah.
is to give us the 16,000 back. We can invest in electricity, and people will have power to do their job. They will have a good thinking. They will have a good memory. They can see TV all their life if they
Yes.
want to. Because in Nigeria, you might sit down and be watching a nice program like this, and before you know it, it's gone.
It's gone
And that
totally.
is a damage to our brain. It happens that you have some kind of retrieve setting
Yeah.
in your thinking, because
Yeah.
you couldn't complete something that you're
No,
doing.
no.
Every time in Nigeria, we couldn't
It's always
complete
that way. Yes.
something.
Yeah.
Abandoned project.
Yeah.
And the mighty Obasanjo and Atiku, we sit on our $16 billion, and we are sitting here. Only $5 million started a problem in Liberia in the 80s. We all know. But we are talking about 16 billion. And after we had all this information, we just think, I'm sorry, that Nigeria will sit down here or sit down anywhere and be defending a man who could not give us electricity.
No.
You are defending Atiku. Atiku couldn't deliver. He said it himself. We are sorry that we couldn't deliver. So we are going to give them another 4 or 16 years again to deliver, because somebody hates the president of Nigeria, Buhari. If you hate him as a personal thing, or you have tribal thing, or you have a religion thing, do you think about the 190 million Nigerians, or over 200 million Nigerians that are suffering because some people couldn't make a very, very sustainable decision in Nigeria? That's what we are having right now.
But many people are also complaining about suffering. I mean, the suffering in Nigeria is too
No, you see,
too drastic.
Presently,
At this
yeah.
particular moment.
Presently,
At this
people
particular
are-
moment
people are
that
simply
they are saying that they
Are you
wouldn't
saying those
want-
people that are dancing, they are the ones suffering? Are you
No,
saying
you
that
know,
the multitude of people that are going after APC in Niger State, in Oyo, in Taraba, in Kano, in Lagos, all those people couldn't feed themselves, and they come out in multitude to
Some of
support?
them are given a token.
What
Some of
token?
them are
Token.
given
What
a
token are they
For
are
those
they-
large
to-
number of people will be
to-
given
to-
token.
Some of them are given just a token.
No, but what sort of
Some of
token
them are
do they
just
give?
given
No,
a token
let's
to
leave
come
that.
and
The
do
president
No,
will
no.
not do that. It's not Buhari's
I'm
way.
not saying the president. Some people are engineering those things.
And
I'm
those
not
are the
saying
people that we have not
You
washed
see,
out of poverty
let me-
and
No,
out
let
of
me-
But let us
corruption.
be realistic here.
We will wash
Look
them
at
out.
the comedian. Let's be realistic here.
Yeah.
The multiple thousands that are coming out and they are following their crusade, their conferences and their
Their rally.
campaign,
Rally,
their rally. Are you saying that somebody went and was giving them
Yeah,
one?
yeah. I can tell you the truth. This is
How
what
many
is
people would you give really?
No, it's not.
No,
about,
no,
it's
no,
not
no, no.
about
Let's
how
be-
many people. You know, my sister. You know, hardship has a way of changing a man's mindset. You understand? There is a way there is a point. Like if you go out now and you organize these people, like if you look at those guys making these are people who are not. You look at them very well. You see, maybe they are drivers, Okada drivers. These are people in the parks and whatever. You buy them over with just a token. They come out and make noise.
The 1001. I mean, there are, I mean, when you look at their crowd,
I
the crowd
quickly-
they are
Apostle,
quickly want
Apostle,
to-
let me add something. You see,
because
you
I
see,
want us not to be
you see-
biased.
Yeah,
you
we
see.
are not-
I
you
don't
see-
want to be biased.
no, you see, when the people talk about,
because look, when I listen to what they are saying to someone who have been properly informed, you could see that they have their points.
Yeah.
They have their points and they are backing it.
Yeah.
I need somebody to come out and tell me the reason why we have to vote for Atiku. Akwatala. Because the things they are speaking about Said Buhari is it's enormous.
Yeah, it's
But and that is not just because they are the incumbent, but they did something tangible, probably people are seeing. But this other area, I need us to be able to educate our people properly, because let it not be something that we are being drifted over emotion, because by emotion we quickly get the crowd and get the crowd. It shouldn't be politics by emotion any further.
No.
Let's face fact. What and
yes.
what? So
You see-
present
you
the
see-
fact, because once you present the fact to even a hungry man, a hungry man will choose the truth.
Sometimes he doesn't.
Oh, come on.
Sometimes he can be moved by sight.
You see, let me.
This is what is coming to play. They are moved by sight.
My brother,
They
let me just one simple thing. Apostle, you see, every government who has moved from down to up have to, kind of use a measure. Economic have measures. Economic to change from, reception to a more balanced economy, you need measure. You have to do austerity measure. They did it in Singapore, India, Malaysia. So what Buhari easily is doing is strengthening up, our institutions. And people don't like it. I will give you an example. I have some of my friends who used to buy cars before. When they come, they send cars money to Holland to buy cars for them.
Yeah.
So, but for the past 3 years now, they are complaining. There is no money, there's no money. I thought, so how come? He said, what we used to get in our office, the things we used to get in our office, we don't get them. Buhari has straightened up things. Now, if you want to register your company, before, we used to send money to them, like 250,000 to somebody who works in CAC.
Yeah.
And he grabbed this money and he pays 20,000 to government. He register your company for you. Then 180,000 is for him. It's for him. But now, the government is threatened. At CAC, you pay directly to the bank. Buhari has threatened everything. You understand? The TSA account is working. So how has the man offended Nigeria? How did he make Nigeria, bad that people are suffering? If you used to get money from here and buy cars and start buying cars for women, illegitimate money, killing the system, because corruption is not only from these rich people.
No.
It's every nook and cranny in Nigeria there is corruption.
Yeah.
Even in the universities, everywhere. So what this government is doing now is to straighten up our institution so that all these loopholes and block. Is that why Buhari is not working? Is that why people are crying? Okay, you want to bring back PDP, who killed the country 16 years, to come and continue again for... No, it's not going to be. This is an opportunity. And I am begging Nigerians, I'm urging them. It's not as if I am not partisan, but I have the love of Nigeria at heart. We are here in Europe.
Yes.
We have, normal life. Look at how the Dutch government are governing their citizens.
Exactly.
Look at Belgium. Belgium for almost 3 years didn't have a prime minister, but the institutions were there. And things were running. So that is what Buhari is trying to build for Nigerians. So if any PDP person is there, come, let's talk about issues. Come and tell us why we should vote for Atiku. Somebody who privatized Nigeria's, may federal government, parasite, privatize them, sell them very cheap to his friends. Look at Sheepdog. They sold it. How much did they sell it? How many retrenchment did we find from there? And now NNPC, the only government you want to sell it to people. You want your friends from abroad. Because selling those companies now, it's going to be... Tell me one indigenous businessman apart from Dangote and Otedola who has money to pay for this NNPC. Yes. Basically, it's going to be his friends from America.
No, from France.
His friends from France. Yeah. So they will come, buy those companies, and when they buy those companies, what will follow? Retrenchment. Yeah. They will bring their expatriates to come and work there.
Exactly. That's what Chinese is doing.
Nigerians, I don't know how we can talk to you people.
Make una eye
Please,
shine. Make una eye shine.
vote President Muhammadu
Make una eye
Buhari.
shine,
This is the only man that has the interests of Nigeria at hand.
And I want to that's a heart to what my brother just said, is that I want every Nigerians to know that we can make more of Buhari. I want you to know that it is not personal. Somebody can emulate a good deed. What this man continued to say to all Nigerians is that I have served you. In so many offices, I have served you. Go back to those my office and controlled what I have done in the past.
Yes.
If in any way I have offended the Nigerian people or offend the Nigerian system, then you should do what? Accuse me of that. If we can have politicians that are so respectful,
Yes.
that are so conscious of what they are doing,
Yes.
they will come out and speak exactly the way the president is speaking. This is one of the things that really jeer my spirit. This is one of the things that touch me. I have said that I'm not a politician because the reason is because I know politicians' hands are always dirty.
Yeah, yes.
There are so many things that they themselves have to lobby or they have to manipulate to make things look exactly the way they want to present it to us. I want to remind you something quickly. In the years before 2015, when the election of 2015 was in preparation, we have had so many accusations and so many proofs of people being given dollars in their envelope. We see it all around. In those days, people are sharing money that, okay, you are coming to vote or we are going for gathering. And a lot of arrests was made at that time. Okay. A lot of evidence was shown. A lot of people were showing us the money in the envelope, where the money is, with dollars and so on and so forth, how the money was going around. We have not seen anyone this time around. We want people who, if you know that APC is paying you money for you to do what you're doing, show us. It's an evidence to make sure that we are not being misled.
Yeah, exactly.
If anyone is being given money that because you have to vote for APC or you have to vote for Buhari, come out publicly and tell us that this is what is going on in APC. This is how they are going around to make sure they manipulate people so that we will not go on speculating. I don't want to talk about something that I don't see. Look at the one I told you about right now. I've seen it. In the year before the election in 2008, that's 15, we all saw people carrying about rice, carrying about envelopes with money. Sometimes it's hard currency, sometimes it's Nigerian currency, and so on and so forth. This time around, this is not so plentiful the way it was then.
Exactly.
It was so plentiful in the society that most people were becoming millionaires in the time of the past government of Goodluck Jonathan. People were becoming so rich, and then it becomes so enormous that people were just doing whatever they like. They just say whatever they like and use power wherever they like. Yes. But this time around, it's been diminished. That's why you don't see expenditures anymore. Yes. You don't see people spending anymore. Wow. Even between us, look, I am a restaurant owner.
Yes.
I can tell you that I'm affected.
Yeah.
I said it last time when I was here. I'm affected. There are government people who always come from Nigeria. Yes. They eat from my restaurant, and they come in numbers. Yeah. But right now, they've been reduced.
Because myself, I used to
because
go
the president,
to the embassy,
the president will tell them.
Invite me.
Yeah. The president will tell them, what are you going to do? Buhari will tell them, what are you going to do?
Oh, really?
We have enough here.
Yeah, okay.
If you want to go before, if they want to go, they will go with entourage about 20, 25 people. But now if they are going, it's just maybe the secretary and then the...
And to add to you, that is my problem. You see, PDP, when they left the government, okay, if, for example, you say if you want to make public policy is always interplay between three dimensions. You are talking about political actors, institutions, and their ideas. Yes. These three dimensions, they play together. That's why you have a policy subsystem to compass them. Okay, now, tell me, the same actors in PDP, the same institutions, the same ideas, nothing has changed. Have they repented from that, what they have done to Nigeria for 60 years? The answer is no. So you are still using the same people the same Atiku who was vice president, who oversees the privatization of Nigeria parastatals, all the government parastatals, all the good government the companies, public companies that were making money for government. He oversees the privatization. This same man left PDP, came to APC. So he was with us for some time because he want to be the president of Nigeria. He want to sell Nigeria. So when we didn't give him chance, he went back to PDP. Even when, when he came back to PDP, I was thinking that by then PDP must have gotten sense to say, okay, let us, purge this political party. Let us bring up new brain.
Yes.
So he used his money. He spent his money to buy his ways. He came back. They didn't even tell you, go away. You were the one who destroyed this party. They say welcome, and then he started giving them money, and he even got the ticket to run. That one alone is fraud. That should scare Nigeria. No, that should scare Nigeria. Look, there is no more. There is no moral justification. There is no moral justification. I mean, come on. We are children of God. We believe in morality.
Oh my God!
What? There is no moral justification for them to accept Atiku and to give him ticket. If they give him ticket, it means that the old people around him are criminals like him, because of course, otherwise they wouldn't have give him ticket.
Mr.
So I have
Norway,
a
you
problem
are
with
from PDP because
I'm not a partisan person. I'm not a partisan.
No, the way you are looking at them and laughing.
I'm not partisan. The only thing I want is for the good of our nation.
Yes.
I want the good of our nation.
Yeah.
I don't want to, whether you are from PDP or APC.
Okay.
What you have not realized
Everybody
is that
can
so many
make
camps of the
Nigeria
PDP has been dismantled, even in Nigeria.
Eh?
So many camp of the PDP has been dismantled. If you look at it, truth,
Dismantled?
truth, I'm telling you the truth. Truth will always supersede, no matter what people do. When you see someone that is telling the truth will always come at the end of the day. You know what happened? Now, are you seeing anybody? Are you seeing any rally of the PDP?
Yes.
Where have you been seeing the PDP rallies?
I mean,
In which
social
country?
media.
Social media. Only on social media you see the rallies.
Yeah,
You don't see.
They have been doing their rallies.
Of course, they have been doing. I mean, the other day you saw a article on the
last week.
trolleys. Yeah.
Last week they were in the eastern region, and this one I'm telling you, it was a PDP something. The one in Abuja. The one there was a clash between. I don't know what happened. They were calling the police to come. I saw it on Facebook also.
Yeah.
They are doing their own rallies. But what I'm trying to say is that I'm not trying to be partisan here. I don't want to side APC or PDP.
Yes.
But what I want us to do is to focus on the right person. And a lot of people are saying they are not going to vote. But I'm urging them, go and vote so that you can decide your future. Because when you don't vote, the same thing will still repeat itself.
Exactly.
Whether you vote or you don't vote, the president must emerge on this come 16th.
Yes,
of this
exactly.
month.
Exactly.
You understand?
Yeah.
So it's better you go and vote and decide so that when something happens, you can have the right to talk. But because if you don't vote, you don't have the right to talk. You know. But a lot of things are happening in Nigeria. A lot of people are complaining. The system is not working for almost everybody. The general masses are complaining. We have relatives there, my brother. You call them, you ask them what is happening.
What I want you to understand is that for the 16 years of PDP, that's a government, there's always Nigeria complaining.
No, they complain. My brother,
we are
now
always
it's
complaining.
more.
Look, I am not a baby. I am not like a novice of what is going on in my country. For the years of Jonathan, that's a PDP runs.
Compared to
when Baba was there, Baba was the first president of the PDP. If I remember very well. He was accused of killing people, but that's exterminating people and things like that. He was accused of so many companies being sold away. He was accused of having infidelity problem with his son's wife and so on and so forth. There was a lot of complaint of people are suffering. There's no food, bad road, and so on and so forth. And that is the reason why when he was bidding for his third time, people were bringing all the fault and everything, how people were suffering in the country. They bring it forward and say, we don't want him. So when Yaradua came in, Yaradua was talking about something. He said the rule of law has been abused in Nigeria. How could the rule of law be abused under a man that tells us that he has run our country for so many years as a military head of state, and he came back again as a president? He ran the country believing that he has a lot of experience, but still he failed to deliver. Now we have Mr. Yaradua, and Yaradua left the government because he died. And then we have Jonathan, and Jonathan was in office. Do you know all the drama that was played around Jonathan's presidency before he became a president? All this was done by all these corrupt politicians that we have seen now that we want them to come back. These are the same people that have been doing us all this wrong. They have been doing us all this evil. And it is time for them to get back what they deserve. And now we the hungry ones who have suffered all these years, all this torment and suffer all this oppression, we are the ones that are still standing up because of the hatred we have between ourselves, because we couldn't come together and accept one fate to run Nigeria. We decide to go back to our vomit. and go back to them and say, please come back because we just want this man to go. Maybe if you come back, we will find a way to kill you and put another person there. But you come back so that this man can go. I see it as it's not. I want to say a statement, and the statement is this. I am so sorry that we, the Yoruba, maybe supported or not supported, we are not Obasanjo who forgave that is Atiku.
Yeah.
On his own, he forgive Atiku. But I could remind him as a Christian, if Mr. Obasanjo could hear this very well, as a Christian, and he learned, and I respect him so much, he knows that Jesus Christ himself talk about people that are repenting. If somebody say, I want to repent, Jesus was teaching about restitution.
Yes, exactly.
Restitution have to come before your repentance will be taken seriously. Yeah. So if Mr. Atiku wants forgiveness from Nigeria, from Yoruba, and from myself, I'm a Nigerian, he will practice what we call restitution, return back all our stolen properties, all our money, return it back, be Atiku, then we'll see you, and then we can talk about you being a president or not being a president. Sometimes
so let me ask you, what are the complaints of Nigerians now?
They are complaining that there is too much,
poverty.
A lot of hardship.
Yes,
hardship.
a lot of hardship. A lot
Austerity
of
measure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Austerity measure.
Yes.
But you see, in as far as I respect Nigerians, you know, and in as far also I always tell them there is no government that will, you know, come to without austerity measure. Yeah. So an austerity measure is not a long-term thing. It's just a thing that, you know, it's a short-term thing. So I want to urge Nigerians that by the time PMB is re-elected, in the next level, you know, there will be
next level.
Yes, there will be a lot for Nigerians. There will be a lot for Nigerians to share. Everything will be there for Nigerians to share. There will all this hardship will reduce. I want to beg them because also if you take Malaysia for example, the same thing happened in Malaysia when they were in the process of growing their economy. There were a austerity measure that were being implemented by the government that made the people suffer for some time. Yeah. The same thing with India, even in China. You know, we don't forget about the great leap forward.
You know, the promise you are giving is good because I want to come in now because for our time that is going, sir. Yes. Coming from the south, we think we are not really represented in the government of Buhari because if you look at all his appointees, they are all from the north. Then I go about wondering why is he practicing nepotism? Why did he surround himself only with all the cabinet from A to Z? I made mention of it last broadcast, and I'm mentioning it again. And this is an area that is really an area of concern to me, and not only me, but to so many other people. Why would he nominate his ministers? Why would all of them, those strategic offices, be occupied only by the northerners? Why is it that way? So I can understand if a Yoruba man is supporting Buhari because Osibanjo is a Yoruba. Yeah. So, but for me, what are we getting?
I think
what are we getting?
I think
I'm not talking about ethnicity here.
I understand,
but somehow things must be equally distributed.
I understand you very, very much, man. But if you let me come in, you see, your position is even a very very important position. That this statement is also very professional, and it has to be looked around with. You see, if Nigerians are being misinformed about so many things, and that's really worried me. If we ask Nigerians today that do you know the name of our Minister of Finance? Many people don't even know the name of the Minister of Finance. If you ask them how many ministers do we have in a cabinet, they don't even know how many ministers do we have. Now, if we tell them, can you give me the names of all the ministers that are on seat in the Buhari cabinet, they will not be able. We have 5 men that are Igbo, holding a very, very strategic, that is an ministerial job under this very present administration. And then even the president himself, he mentioned their name one day when he was being asked the same question like this. Yes. He said, even in my cabinet, I have 5 of them sitting in my cabinet, and even most of them have the position of where other people from the north or from the southwest will work under them. He said, I don't even know them from nowhere.
Oh.
That's what he said. He said, I don't know them from nowhere. It's not like maybe they've been my student or the this, of that. He said, they are working with me. He said, so when a name is being presented to me, what he do is he scout out who can handle this job, who has been handling this job. And if the name goes out and then the name comes to him, he picked and sent to the house, that's the House of Assembly. They were the one that do what? That assigned those people to come to the ministerial job. But they are the one that's supposed to look into it before the person is being assigned. If the House of Assembly said, we don't want this person because of this, because it's not qualified, or whatever, then the president will not work with that person. When Ms. Kemi had a problem of the National Youth Service, something, the president called her and said, is this true? And she said, yeah, it's true. Then you know what you have to do. She resigned out of office. So you see, all the problems that have been aging problem of Nigeria, that is just coming to light right now. It is now the time that we are still going to handle them, because in the past, it was not being handled.
So,
it was not being handled. We talk about it. We say so many things about it. Even the then president never addressed it. They never say anything about it. But this time around, we talked to Mr. Goslow. Mr. Goslow, what do you do about this one? And he went slowly, easily, and he delivered. So if Mr. Goslow can just go easy and delivered, then we are fine with him. Let him be slow.
Well, to add to it, the little I will just add, just to summarize mine, is I think Buhari, you talk about South-South. The chairman of the party is from South-South. Oshomole is from South-South.
I don't know.
Yes, that one is that. But you don't expect Buhari, who was the president before.
Are they going to probe Oshimole? It's good that you brought his issue out.
Of course. If
Oshomole is found guilty,
if he's found guilty, of course, why not?
Why not?
Comrade is somebody
I promise you that Buhari will do that.
So if I have told you before, all the APC chieftains, we have their information, and we are going to write petitions against them. But we need people to furnish us with, concrete information to say this person has stolen. Not just media.
No, we don't want to listen
this
to
media. Something is. But when we have information like the Chief Justice of Nigeria, and then we will do something.
Okay, sorry. Why wait till this?
Last minute.
The election is
you
about
now remove
to come.
him.
Then you remove.
I
told you, my brother, you want to tell me all this information? He just got the clear picture of what happened.
I just told you of window of opportunity. I use a theory to analyze
it now.
I use a theory.
It has to be an opportunity when you needed to do something that you need to analyze it. You need it to have weight. That's when you are going to do it. You are going to keep it under your table until
which I measured in the beginning. So it was just the right time to do the right thing.
Gentlemen, we have 3 minutes now to round up our broadcast. So look into the camera and tell the Nigerians who have watched us what you expect, what they should do on the 16th, please. Very, very, 1 second.
If you are in Nigeria and you have your PVC, what you do on the 16th is vote Baba Buhari, say Buhari.
So my brothers and sisters, don't sell your votes. Make sure you operate for broom so we can keep sweeping them out of the office. Thank you very much.
We keep sweeping them.
Nigerians, I'm neutral. I'm not telling you to vote anybody. But what I will tell you is make sure you vote for your future.
Exactly. And Nigerians, please shine your eyes.
Shine your eyes, though.
To the polling booth.
Shine your eyes.
Make sure you shine your eyes.
Say Baba with J.
Put your finger on the right person you will think will deliver.
Don't worry.
Don't allow any emotion thing to come up.
Yes.
Just make sure. And if they have given you money, after eating their money, still go and
vote. Make you remember the both of them are wearing cap, but one of them used to use suit, and one used to use babariga. Both the one that wear babariga.
Well, that is it, gentlemen. Thank you so much for being on this show. Once again, we just want you to know that we appreciate you, and we hope that we can have more time like this to educate the Nigerians.
Thank you.
If the masses were really, if they had the opportunity of getting people like you to educate them why they really have to vote, I think the sky will be the limit.
Yes. Thank you.
The sky will be the limit. Thank you so much for being a politician.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for being a social activist. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And all the fans of Majesty TV, we just want to call it a day now, and we hope to be with you again. Stay tuned and bye for now.